Hi, we're back. I thought this might match. Somebody's like, please don't flip us off. Just please don't. So, you little rats. You little rats. If you haven't been just catching up, keeping up, doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's not that hard. You would have seen that in our last video, we did a little, the beginning of a Q&A series, baby. As you probably noticed, I only got through 1, 2, 3, 4 questions last time. Like, it was what? The boat left the dock and she just went off into the horizon. She didn't even bring a life jacket. So, as always, all aboard. Hop on. Don't scramble, don't stutter, and don't look me in the eyes. Okay? 3 rules. 3 rules on this boat. Don't look at me, don't scramble, and don't stutter. Alright? Other than that, sleep tight. Sleep tight. So, I'm going to do my makeup, and we're just gonna chat and chill. We got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to cover. God, so weird. This is literally the weirdest thing I've ever had to do. Like, jokes aside, this is the weirdest thing I've ever had to do. Okay. So, let me clear my throat, because I'm positively balanced. Everybody was so eager. Everybody wants to know. Everybody. I got 17 emails, 4 direct messages, 3 messages that were to my friend directed towards me, so 3 indirect messages, 2 letters in Morse code, and then 1 I couldn't figure out. I couldn't figure out what language it was in, so I couldn't translate it. I could not translate it. But everybody was asking me. I even got a text message. Who was it? That one guy who hosts the late night show on, like, you know, that one channel. He freaking messaged me and was like, dude, I'm tired of all of the call-ins. I'm tired of everybody texting our chatbot. The people need to know. So I said, well, geez, you know, I have another video planned. Like, I'm gonna answer the question. And they were like, no, tomorrow, sit your down, record a video, and get the posted. So here we are. My hands are tied behind my back. Help me, please. Ayúdame. That was all a lie. Nobody asked me. Actually, you guys did. You guys did. A lot of you guys wanted to know. So, what am I doing for a job now? What? Sara K? Sara K what? Sara K has a job? Trabajo? What? Somebody's like, damn, girl, you really are bilingual. Trilingual. I'm a biped. I'm a biped who's trilingual. Literally. You can't check off those 2 boxes on your resume, now can you? That's why I got the job I have. It's not my fault, it's yours. I can't find the brush I want. Found it. So basically, I am the head line, because you know how when you like work in a factory, there's lines, like when you're in mass production? Dude, I landed the top spot in my state's International Distributing Pantyhose Center. Do you know how much that bad boy gets paid? And do you know how many times I had to retake my CDL class just so I could drive the truck around that delivers the pantyhose to our different distributors? Like, call me Nanny McPhee. It's pretty impressive. I don't do that. That is not my job. It's not my job. What are you doing, you Turkish devil? Come say hi. Come to mama. Alright. I'm busy. Can you get out of my office, please? They walk in here like the door is wide open. It is. I was just kidding though. Pantyhose are cool, but I think that they're a little bit like early 2000s and back. Unless you were like, you know, a modern mob wife. Okay, so you guys, in all seriousness, all jokes aside, all pretty little pantyhose jokes aside, put your pantyhose away, alright? I know you thought this was gonna be a tutorial. I know you thought I was gonna bring out some swatches. Dude, like, my name tag is covered in pantyhose. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, but what I'm really doing for a job, you guys, I feel like I would, though, make a really good factory manager. Like, I feel like I would give everybody a really good time. I'd always crack jokes. I'd always be like, hey, you over there getting your panties stuck in a knot? Just kidding. See me after work, you're gonna get fired. I'm joking. I do think, though, I would be a really good manager. The union might shut us down, but hell, we could then move someplace where there's not a union. Don't click away. I promise I'm done lying. I promise I'm done lying. I'm joking. That was a lie. That was a lie. You're never supposed to make a promise you know you're gonna break, and I just broke my own promise. So weird. Okay, but you guys, in all seriousness, I have not had a job in a really long time. It was probably, and I'm not lying, you guys can laugh at me when I say this, but I think the last time I actually had like a job was like 2018 or 19, maybe before then. I could be blatantly lying through my teeth without me even knowing. I was working at a salon as like the front desk slash tour guide. I was giving people tours, and I would put all the like hair products up, I would take the hair products down, I would answer questions, I would make lemonade for all the guests. Oh, it was awesome. It was really fun. But this was when my YouTube channel was like excelling. I was booming. It was just doing amazing. And so I have a feeling I need to turn this on, because the sun is starting to go down, you berry boy. Jeez Louise. Well, looks like I know what I'm gonna be doing later. Like, does anybody want to come over and help me? Thanks. Alright, sorry if that was triggering. Weird stuff happens at weird hours of the day. But I don't even know why I was calling you a berry boy. Karma is a bitch. Just make sure that bitch is beautiful. Life in the air. I'm dangling my feet. I tried to pay attention, but attention paid me. Let's just get into what I'm doing for a job, okay? Before I freaking break my leg. Okay, geez Louise. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I was saying. I haven't had a normal job in a really long time. And this was when my YouTube was booming. You berry boy, okay? I was doing amazing with both views, ad revenue, sponsorships. I was doing the whole 9 yards. And I thought that, oh my God, you know, I can get like a little job, start making some money on this side. This, that, and the other. Well, I came to like the silly conclusion. I came to the understanding and the realization that I didn't have time as I was to record long videos, to edit long videos. I was just working 24/7. I would get off and be tired. And after a few months, I started realizing that all of that work, like all the hard work I was doing, wasn't even coming close to how much money I was making when I was being more focused and dedicated to YouTube. So I was like, yo, I'm now like ruining my income by trying to work a normal job. So I literally had to like come to terms after it was the new year, and I was like, you know what? This isn't benefiting me. I was making so much money on YouTube. Like, I'm talking, I could sit down for just an hour and have like a $2,000 sponsored video, and then I don't even get like half of that, even a quarter of that on my paycheck that I worked weeks for. So I was like, yo, what is this? Like, I never wanted to be that weird person, the weird like social media, I'm a social media influencer, but I was like, yo, that's making me more of a consistent income, and it's better for my mental health, it's better like everything. I was just like, I need to go back to my jive, like I need to go back to being a goofball on YouTube because that's what was working for me. So I did. And then a little while later, like all of a sudden my YouTube video or my YouTube channel just went down the drain. Like, I'm talking, I couldn't get my subscribers notified that I was posting videos. When I would post videos, they'd be like freaking shadow banned. Dude, every single time I even touched the YouTube app, I would get notifications, hundreds of subscribers being unsubscribed. And I'm like, is this some sort of sick joke? So then for the past years of my life, I've been trying to freaking scramble. And what did I say is rule number 3? We don't scramble and we don't freaking stutter. And stop looking at me in my eyes. It's literally getting on my nerves. But I had to start scrambling and digging my knuckles and fingernails into the dang cement, the asphalt, the concrete, the bricks, everything, just to try to get the algorithm back in my favor, just to get back on YouTube's good side. Do you see how well that's worked for me like almost 4 or 5 years later? Me too. And do you want to know what the definition of insanity is? Doing something over and over and over again. The same thing over and over and over again, yet expecting different results. And that's what I was doing. And I drove myself insane. I drove myself crazy. I woke up in the bottom of a well. And, you know, a few months ago, I said, God damn it, I've had enough. I have had enough of this. I am hanging up my boots. I am taking off my gloves. And you know what? I'm going to walk into that damn sunset and I'm never turning back. I'm never turning back. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I got to start working again. I started trying to get different job opportunities at garden centers. But this was like the peak of summer. Like the peak. Everybody was full. Everybody was flourishing. Nobody needed little old me. So I was just like, oh my goodness, you know, I wanted to work with flowers so badly. I love nature. I love just, you know, I was like, it could give me an opportunity to start learning more stuff about nature. Like I could literally I could be the queen bee. But it just wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And so finally somebody was like, you know what? I think you would really enjoy this job. And I can help you get a job. And I was like, no way. So, bada boom, bada bang. I showed up and I throwed up. I'm joking. I never in my right mind imagined myself doing what I'm doing right now. Mostly because of my own, you know, my own situations I got going on. I didn't know what to expect. But now it is the best decision of my life. I don't see myself ever turning back or doing something else. And it's a job that's forever going to be needed. I am currently working with adults with IDD. IDD stands for, my little neighbor of a spy is over there. I see you. I see you over there. She watches me on her Ring camera. Yeah. Anyway, somebody's like, how do you know? I know everything. The universe will, I am always 2 steps ahead. Oh my dear Atlanta. Yes, I work with adults with IDD, which is intellectual and developmental disabilities. So basically, I work with adults who have special needs. The range and the spectrum is so vast and beautiful. As I mentioned, it's only for adults, and I am a job coach. So what that means is I go to work with different individuals and I make sure that they are doing what they need to do. I make sure that if they need guidance, I'm guiding them. If they need anything, I am there for them. And I do. I go to work with them and I coach them to be the best self that they can be at their job. And it is just absolutely wonderful. Right now, I'm working with 2 individuals and where I work, they are referred to as, we call them by their names, obviously, but they're referred to as our participants because they are participating in the world of working. And it's just been absolutely the most eye-opening and life-changing experience, and it's only going to continue. So I feel like I am in a parallel universe. I feel so foreign, yet so like I'm doing what I was supposed to be doing, what I am supposed to be doing. I, for so many years, have just been beating myself up, becoming a victim of the circumstances that I encountered when I was just a teenager. And it kind of made me like handicap myself. You guys have known that since I was 18, I've been struggling with my brain injury. I've been struggling with everything that comes with that, you know, that's why I stopped going to school. That's why I had originally stopped working. That's why I made this YouTube channel, because I was going crazy just sitting there not being able to do anything, not being able to work. It was a whole journey, and it still is a learning experience of me trying to navigate this brain injury. I know I had told you guys that I had been in a few research studies that would study people with brain injury so that the hospitals can get a better understanding, organizations can get a better understanding, the world can get a better understanding of how people live while having a brain injury. Those themselves opened my eyes, and I was like, yo, Sarah, you know, you need to get your shit together. Like, what are you doing? You're over here saying, I can't do this, I can't do this, my brain injury. So I kept doubting myself, and I was like, yo, how do you think that you're going to be able to do this when you have a brain injury? You haven't had a regular job. Like, I was just doubting. And you know what I did? I literally broke that pattern. I stopped. I just went for it. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no prior work experience. I had no work references. Like, hey, we need some job references. I literally needed 3 references before I was even allowed to have an interview. And I'm over here like, I haven't worked for anybody but myself and, you know, a salon years ago, but that, I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I literally just don't know. And, you know, I had to push that negativity to the side and just dig up a little bit of confidence that I still had nestled within the pits of my belly somewhere. And I just showed up. I just went, and I was hired right away, and I was just like, oh my god. And then I was given 2 participants right away, and I was just like, holy moly. And I went just head first into it all, and I just said, you know what, just take this chance, and you never know. And when I say that my life has done a complete 360, like, I even myself can't even understand it. So I know nobody else could, but it's just like, holy moly. We can all do a lot better than what we're doing right now. We are all capable of literally moving mountains if we wanted to. We just have so much self-doubt, self-negativity. We have so much anxiety. We're just worried. We're literally worry balls. And that stops us from progressing so much. I literally built up so much, and I destroyed what I had built. And I still kind of felt like I was at rock bottom. I was like, I built this YouTube channel. I built this confidence within me. I built this community. And I felt like it was literally just slipping through my freaking fingers like water. And every time I tried to pick it up, it just kept slipping through my fingers. And I was like, I just had a small little puddle, and I was like, yo, if this is all I have to work with, it's not going to get me anywhere. This won't quench my thirst, and it won't quench anybody else's thirst. I need to hit the road and figure out something else to do, you know, before I really drive myself crazy. I know I'm a creative nutcase. I'm psycho when it comes to wanting to be creative. I'm psycho when it comes to my curiosity of wanting to express myself and how I can express myself, different ways. And I lost all of that. I had built it into this freaking Statue of Liberty, and I let it all crumble into the ocean. I let it crumble. And I finally just opened my eyes one day, and I was like, holy crap, everything around me is just becoming ruined. It's every aspect of my life. And I was like, well, the only thing I can control is just trying to go find another job. let me just try to start over. YouTube will always be here. I'm never gonna leave y'all. But like, if you knew where my mental state has been throughout these last couple months, I would have probably had 75 wellness checks by now. Like, my goodness. But I was like, yo, my parents raised me better than this. I've raised myself better than this. What am I doing? And all of a sudden, you know, I just go out on a limb. I get this new job. And now the individuals that are part of where I work, the participants, every single one of them are so unique. They're so different and they're so special. They're so happy. They're so positive. The population of individuals with IDD is nothing like regular society. It's not like anybody you see on social media. It's not like any influencer you'll ever see. I've been so inspired and influenced by these individuals. It's life-altering. My day-to-day, how I think, how I move has drastically changed. The bad habits I had, gone. Like, gone. And it's all because my eyes have been opened to how much of an advantage I have compared to some people. Some people can't walk. Some people can't talk normal, think normally, move normally. You know? And there's so many of us with able bodies, able minds, and endless potential that we're just walking around with some blindfolds on. And the second we take them off, y'all, I swear to God, it's almost like, damn, life is still how it used to be. It's our mindset that corrupted everything. Now all of a sudden I want to make YouTube videos. I want to be creative. I have all of this just like energy inside of me. When I see something that needs to be done around my house, I do it. I used to procrastinate. I used to have to read books to try to motivate me. I used to have to try so hard. But then I saw what it was like for people to really struggle with just the day-to-day things. People that can't even work by themselves but want to so badly. And there's a million of us who just dread going to work. We complain about everything. But we have two working hands, feet, mind, and mouth. And we still find reasons to complain. Yet there's a whole population of people out there that are just so excited and ready and just full of excitement and just want, drive, motivation. It's just crazy. It is so crazy. And it's crazy how much I literally hindered myself. Like, it's cool, great, the lights are finally back on, but it's like, I'm so disappointed in myself, how much time I wasted, how much energy I wasted, how many years I've wasted. When there's so many people out there just waiting for the opportunity to shine. They just need a little bit of help and support and coaching and guiding and just love and understanding and patience. Patience. Oh my goodness. I've always thought I was a patient person, but I've gained a whole new understanding for what it's like to be patient, what it's like to teach people. We're teachers. We're all teachers. We're all out here meaning to help and show other people. Spread what we've learned to help others. Use where we excel to help others where they don't. And that time and that attention and that focus changes lives. I've literally seen it. And then what's even more cool is that October is, I wrote it down because I didn't remember, it's National Disability Employment Awareness Month. And the whole month is dedicated to celebrating the value and talent that workers with disability add to America's workplace. And I found it so interesting because when I was doing my research on it, this dates back, Disability Employment Awareness Month dates back to 1945. That's when Congress first recognized it. In 1945, Congress declared that the first week in October is known for National Employ the Physically Handicapped Week. It's aimed to address the employment challenges faced by disabled veterans who were returning from World War II. And this is stuff we sometimes don't even think about. There's millions and millions of people, as I mentioned, who want to work but are disabled. And there's a lot of jobs out there, you guys, especially in corporate America, who wouldn't even look 2 seconds in their direction. And these people are just as important as we are. And so it's been amazing to see the different establishments and organizations and companies that do accept adult with IDD to work with them, and not just work for them, but pay them equally. Treat them like everybody else. Invite them to work events. Invite them to after extracurricular activities. And that's a part of my job too, to make sure that where they're working treats them just like they're gonna treat everybody else. They talk to them just like they talk to me. They have expectations for them just like they have for me. It's equal. Everything needs to have equality. I've just been so ignorant to everything, to a whole bunch of stuff lately. To a whole bunch of stuff. It is eye-opening to see the endless potential that humans have as a species. We can do a lot. But what a lot of us have been doing is just lollygagging, being distracted, staying unfocused, being undetermined and procrastinating. It's just crazy, y'all. It is crazy. I wish I could literally take how I feel and put it inside of your brain. So you could be like, oh my God, you know what? I need to get stuff done. If I have a goal, I need to get it done. Just so crazy. So sorry, as I'm over here rambling, I swear, every question you guys ask me, I need to just make a video all on its own. I need to stop jamming them all into one freaking can of sardines. All right? That's what needs to happen. But until then, another way that I make income is, obviously I'm still trying with the YouTube thing. If I showed you guys my monthly income for YouTube, I haven't gotten a YouTube check in probably 5 months at this point. I think you have to make a minimum of $70 a month on YouTube, and YouTube has scraped my channel and made sure, I don't blame them, but made sure everywhere I can, I'm either talking about something that can't be monetized or I'm copywritten. I'll take the copyright strikes all day long. All day long. But the controversial topics, nah. So a lot of my old videos have been flagged and demonetized. So, oh girl, turn this back into her hobby, okay? I have also been trying very, very, very hard to be more creative and just explore more with making jewelry. I don't know why I have been so held back from telling you guys and YouTube about what I've been doing. I don't like promoting my own stuff. I don't like sharing my own links. I don't like saying follow me. I don't like saying, hey, go support me, blah, blah, blah. Go check out my stuff. I've just been kind of trying to do it. You know what I mean? So then I can also prove to myself that anybody can do this. You don't need 1 million followers to try to start something or think that you need that to be successful. Trust me, you might have it and realize just how unsuccessful you really are. So anybody can do it. You can start at 0 and build something. Build it from the ground up without telling anybody, you know? So I've just been kind of trying to do that. But I'm like, Sarah, why don't you just tell your freaking friends? Y'all are my everything. It's why don't I just share it with you guys? So, I will link my Depop down below. I made a silly little Instagram to promote my jewelry, you know, because we're living in the age of social media. And I know social media is so negative, it's toxic, it's crazy. But I promise you, if you use it wisely, carefully, with boundaries and respect, it can be life-changing and it can really, really help. But I've had to learn how to navigate it. I've had to learn how to teach the apps what I want to see. You know what I mean? And it's also me knowing that I don't have to spend 24/7 or 24 hours a day on it just because I'm using it. I can just take advantage of it when I need to. So, yeah, that's another way I am making income. And, a third source of income that I have is I am still narrating books. So much fun. I'm currently working on a 5-book series that is just amazing. I love it so much. And yeah, I just finished book 1 today. I still have to edit it a little bit. And what's exciting is this is the first book where an author is asking me to add background music. So I get to search for background music that I think is going to fit the story and the storyline and the characters and the scenes that are happening. So it's an adorable, adorable, adorable series. So that has been really fun. And that is about it. Oh, and another, you guys kind of know, whenever, I'll babysit dogs, you know, whether it be for friends or family mostly. It's not just like strangers or just dropping off their dog. But that is another little way I'll make a couple, you know, extra 20-40 bucks for the week. But yeah, that mostly what I was so excited to share with you guys is that I get to work and job coach people with disabilities. And the people I have met, it's just been the cherry on top. I haven't been necessarily proud of much that I have accomplished in the past few years. So this has been pretty interesting. It's been really weird. It's been really weird. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself. Yesterday I had a meeting, but I wouldn't call it a meeting. It was like a 3-hour training session on positive behavior, and how to reinforce what you would like to see, you know, be done with an individual through positivity and not, you know, focusing on the negative, saying don't do that, you shouldn't do this, stop yelling, stop doing that. It's about, you know, focusing on the good to make the good keep happening. And it was awesome. I absolutely loved the woman who gave the lecture. She was so fun, so cute. Just, I loved her. And we got to pick out our own fanny pack that we can bring to work. And there was a whole long table filled with all of these little things that people, that, you know, if you're having a moment and you happen to be an adult with IDD, there's just little things that, you know, you can give to a participant if they're having a hard time. There's stamps, there's stickers, there's slime, there's little fidget toys, fidget spinners, marbles, temporary tattoos, like little race cars. It's just like all you need, the essentials for if somebody starts stressing out, freaking out, can't necessarily focus, is just about to have an episode. We have this little like survival kit that we can just say, hey, yo, what? Why don't you try this out? Look at this cool little thing I got in my pocket. Do you want to play with it for a little bit? It's just been crazy. It's been so wild, and I learn something new every single day. I learn different ways to communicate, different ways to just respect somebody else and make them feel appreciated and needed. It's just wild. It's just wild, and it's stuff that I wish I would have learned or known how to implement in my life so long ago. But everything happens for a reason, so that is what I am doing for a job. Oh, and also, you guys, another little secret I have, but you're my best friend, so I could tell you. I started a second YouTube channel for plants. Because I love creating, I love editing and all that stuff. And you know, when I took a break from editing makeup tutorials and even having the desire to do makeup tutorials, I was like, I still have the itch to create. Like, I still have to create. I can't just sit here and do nothing. So I made a YouTube channel and I share little plant videos. And you know, another reason why I didn't really tell too many people about it is because I needed a break from the expectations, mostly the expectations I had for myself. I needed a break from worrying about making money while posting a video, worrying about who's gonna watch it, worrying about if YouTube's even gonna promote it. I just needed like a refresh. I needed to be like, it doesn't matter anymore. But me just telling myself it doesn't matter wasn't doing anything. I tried to tell myself that on this main channel for so long. I was like, Sarah, it doesn't matter, just upload, just upload. But I couldn't get over the fact that I had the expectations of having 4,000 comments on every video, having huge discussions in the comment section, getting hundreds and thousands of views, being able to profit off of it too. It was just too crazy in my head. It was too much for me to handle. And so I was like, you know what? Just start over. But that's not like a way I make, ooh, that's a really good one. That's not the way I make my income. That's just something I do for fun. The other day I was in my dad's old bathroom and all of his stuff is still there. Like, yeah. Don't worry, I told you I've been changing. So that's why I was up there. I was like up there and I'm like, holy crap. There's a lot of stuff up here still. And there was a whole box of Q-tips. Like a whole box. Brand new. And, you know, if you know, this helps immensely with makeup. I'm going to grab some Vaseline and put that on the back of my hand and then rub the little Q-tip. But I found these and I was like, thanks, Dad. Thanks for finally being like, hey, Sarah. Halloween's around the corner. You might need these. But that was kind of nice to find. Alright, I just had to rinse off the makeup under my eye and put some lotion on my face. If you guys have any good recommendations for face moisturizer that isn't too thick, is good for acne prone skin, you know, isn't filled with too much crap, please let me know. The next question I have is, you guys asked, do you believe in any existence of God? And I will have to say that ever since I was a little girl, I've always believed in a higher power. I grew up going to church. I went to Catholic church and Lutheran church with my father, but I never paid attention. My dad didn't force me to pay attention, which was something that was amazing, although he was very religious, grew up completely religious. His siblings, his mother and father, very, very religious. But he never forced it onto me, even though it was something he continued to do into his adulthood. I would always bring my books, and I would just go to my imagination. So I've always been around, you know, religion. My mother was way more spiritual. She wasn't religious, although she was raised religious. Both my parents just never pushed religion onto me, which I believe was probably one of the most interesting and best things that could have ever happened to me, because I have no, like, set values besides the golden rule: be a good person, treat other people the way you want to be treated. But I had no answers to any of the questions I had. I didn't have any book to go to answer the questions for me. I didn't have any sort of guidance. It was just, I wonder. And then I would have these own little beliefs that I would think of on my own. But all in all, I definitely believe in a higher power. I believe that there's something so much bigger and more significant than just humans. I believe we are way bigger than just humans. I know we're multidimensional beings experiencing the human existence. But what happens when we die? What do we become? You know? Is there a creator of multiple different realms? That's like, you know what I mean? There's so many questions that I just don't have answers to, but one thing that I do know for sure is that there is something watching us. I don't know from where, I don't know how, I don't know anything, but there's something, okay? I just know it. I don't even know if we can even go on to some far-fetched sci-fi theory of we could just be in a weird simulation. We could just be under some weird mind control program. Like, I don't know. And I think that's also why I love this human experience so much, because it's so confusing to me. There's so many questions that we may never get the answers to. And yes, that's a scary notion, but it's also just like, wow, how magical. And the fact that just somehow we get to experience this, it's like, what? How? Who? Who, what, when, where, and why? Who, what, when, where, and why? I need to know all of the answers. But I don't know if you know, I don't know what it's called. We call it God, but some of us have a different definition of what God means, you know? So that's why I say I just know something is out there watching. That something might even be within us. I don't know. But I know this isn't all that there is. You know, I just know that. I don't know if there's a different God for humans than there is for, you know, nature. Like, is Mother Nature different than who created human? I don't know. I really don't know. Is there a different, you know, ruler and God of the mineral kingdom? Do they all know each other? Do they talk? Do they have meetings? I don't know. I really don't know. And if anybody out there says they do know, just watch out for them, okay? Next question is, what is your favorite thing about yourself? So, since I'm just the coolest person on earth, I couldn't think of one thing. Just joking. But to be honest, one of my favorite things about myself, which I never thought I would actually make it to the day of saying this, but is my brain injury. I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be able to, you know, think the way I do. I feel like my weird memory, in a way, was the biggest blessing that I could have ever had happen to me. Yeah. My brain injury, even though I'm so foreign and I'm not the same Sarah I was before, my brain injury has still allowed me to get to know. Ooh. We're not getting emotional. We are doing makeup. My brain injury has allowed me to still get to know this Sarah that I was supposed to be, you know? Like when I lost my parents, oh my God, I didn't think there was any coming back from that. I was so young. I was so naive. I was so ignorant. Yeah, and I just have a feeling that I wouldn't have been able to discover all these different aspects about myself and personalities, and just, I wouldn't know Sarah for who she was. I would be very sad. I'd be very sad and just a shadow of who I'm supposed to be, not being who I'm destined to be. So definitely my brain injury. Another thing that is my favorite thing about myself is my humor. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where half the crap that comes out my mouth stems from. The brain that I got in my head is just a freaking blessing. I love it so much. Although it's stressful, although it's confusing, although there's still so much to learn. It's just been pretty cool. I don't know, you know, I think I get it from my mom. My mom was so funny. But yeah, that's always just been something about me. I've just been a goofball. And I feel like a lot of stuff has happened in my life to kind of try to knock me down and take away that little spark I still got in me, that I make myself laugh. And it's pretty fun, you know. There's times where I'm sitting down to edit my video and I just crack myself up. I remember when my dad was alive, I would be upstairs on the computer and he could hear me because we have the loft, and I'd just be laughing and he'd be like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, I'm editing my YouTube video and I don't even know how I say some of this stuff. I go, I'm laughing at me. And he'd always say, "Yeah, Sarah, you're something else." Because my dad was different, you know. He was the type that laughed without needing to laugh, if that made sense. Like he could laugh and smile on the inside without ever needing to let a soul know his emotions. So I just remember that. He's like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, this shit that I come up with. Where does it come from? And then last but not least, my last favorite thing about myself is my curiosity. I love how curious I am about anything. Anything. I could sit and stare and observe a rock. I could sit and observe a dandelion. I could watch a snail move across the side of the road for an hour. I'm so curious. I think that's also why I love this job so much, is I get to sit and talk and watch people who are so different than me. And I always wonder. I remember growing up, my mom always used to stare at me. She'd just be sitting there staring. And I kind of look at her and be like, "What are you looking at, Mom?" And she just asked me, she's like, "Sarah, what are you thinking about?" And it'll always sometimes be the most wild thing, you know. You never know. You never know what I'm thinking about. And half of the time it will never ever be what you would have ever expected. I'm always thinking about something. I always have a question that needs to be answered. Because like I said, there are a lot of questions out there that do have answers. I know there's some questions we may not get the answer to, but there are a lot of questions out there that do have answers. And so it's just so fun to learn. And we're in the age of technology where we literally have the world at the palm of our hands. We have the world in our back pocket. We can ask the internet anything. I get we're the ones who kind of trained and fed the internet, but you know, it's just interesting. I love how curious I am, and yeah, I can only hope that, you know, one day my kids are just as curious. I hope I can look at them and ask them what they're thinking one day. And I think that's such a fun question to just ask. Like, I love asking the people I love too, like, what are you thinking about? Because we all have different minds. It's so unique. It is so weird. We have this little voice inside of our head that says things that other people will never hear. We have so many secrets within ourselves. Some of us think about stuff we'll never tell somebody else. Whether we think it's weird or misunderstood or not important. I think people's thoughts are more interesting than what they actually say, you know? But yeah, those are my favorite things about myself. My next question is, do you want a spouse and kids? And the answer to that is, I believe my life will finally feel complete when I have a family. Like my own family, you know what I mean? I see all of these people, young and old, just building families, building new bloodlines. Like, I know that sounds kind of weird, but you know what I mean? Like, bringing a new existence into this world is crazy. I can't even imagine. Like, just yesterday I found out that one of the other women who is a regular employee at one of the jobs that I job coach at, she's pregnant. And I thought they were joking. I was like, you're pregnant? I wanted to jump up, spin, and do a backflip and be like, yeah! Even though I barely know the woman, I was like, dude, congratulations. That is so cool. You are growing a human. Like, imagine what that feels like. Feeling like an alien inside of your belly just moving. What? And to know, this stuff makes me emotional. Babies are just, it's crazy. Human experience is just crazy. But to know that child, you know, I can't wait. It's not even a hope. I can't wait to just look at something and say, do you know how much love you were made from? Like, you were literally created by love. Crazy. But yes, absolutely. I want to, you know, I want to marry the love of my life and grow old. You know, I want it to be like back in the day. I know people probably think I'm crazy, but like where there's no, you know, that's it. And that's what we're going to fight for. That's what we're going to build for. That would be so cool to experience. So yes, I dream. I've dreamt of that day since I was a little girl. Like, do you know how crazy that would be? I mean, some of you guys may have done it or experienced it before, but do you know how cool it would be to like walk up to somebody you are just madly in love with and ew. It's not gross, but it's just ew. And just say like, do you want to make a baby? And that's kind of what gets under my skin sometimes is I feel like, especially just in today's age, you know, it's just not seen as something that's that magical. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. But I cannot wait. Absolutely. Yes, a million times. My next question is, do you believe in seeing signs from past loved ones? And I wrote this one down as a yes/no. This is one of those things where, you know, it's kind of like, again, with like the whole like, who's the creator of this world? I don't know. But I know it's out there somewhere. That's kind of how I feel about loved ones who have passed away. You know, I don't know if that penny I found was really put there from my mom. And I think that's, I don't mean to bring it up because it's a crazy subject, but that's why I thought my video on spiritual psychosis was so important. That dual lens understanding of this could be this, but it could also be that. So I don't know if that lucky penny, you know, I find when I'm about to just burst into tears is really from my mom. I don't know if it's just a sign from the universe. I don't know if it's just something that happened and I find a way to connect it to, you know, the loss of a loved one. I don't know if, you know, that's really my dad every time a hawk flies over me. I don't know if that's a sign from a loved one. Sometimes I like to just remind myself, it reminds me of them. But in a sense, I think I've talked about this before, but I want my mom and dad, I want their spirit, that light, that spark inside of them. I hope they're somewhere so cool. I don't know if that's them experiencing another human experience. I don't know if that's them traveling across the Milky Way. I don't know if that's my mom seeing what a supernova looks like, or, you know, on a completely different dimension that humans aren't even a concept. I don't know, but I hope that they are exploring. I don't want them to just be stuck in some, you know, other dimension that they can see me, that they you know, I don't know how to explain this, but it would make me very sad to know that they're just sitting somewhere watching and seeing all the pain and suffering and how much they're missed and needed, and just how much pain is still present. I don't want them to just be, you know, sitting there using precious time throwing pennies my way. You know, this is again the thing, like, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know how to think, but that's what sometimes I hope. I just hope that we'll be reunited one day. I don't know how. I don't know if that's a part of us being multidimensional beings. Maybe there is a little spot in the sky where we can have a part of us just be there and reside, and we do watch and see how things play out. You know, what our great grandchildren are doing, but then there's another part of us that is out exploring and traveling and swimming through the frickin' universe. So I don't know. I really don't know. If they can't leave me any signs, if they're not, if they are, I don't know. But I just hope I see them again one day, because I miss them. All right, next question. Thoughts on AI? So, there was more, this was a way more loaded question, but again, I was like, I know if I even get started, I won't stop. So, when it comes to artificial intelligence, I will never use GTP. I will never use, I don't even use Siri. I don't think artificial intelligence is everything we're cracking it up to be. Like, I low-key think it's just some advanced, like, it's an advanced Google. Google's been around for forever. So, you know, they've been feeding that system, which is technically a sort of intelligence search engine. And I feel like that's all I think that's all AI is it's just very advanced sourcing computing system. It's not magic, it's not some machine learning on its own. I don't think so. Again, I'm not a scientist. I don't keep too much up to date. I love the little stuff because, you know, I'm still into conspiracy theories, but that's not really conspiracy theory, I guess I could say. But I swear I recommended the book to you guys, but Survival of the Riches. Yeah, this book right here. I would highly recommend this book. Highly, 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 highly recommend it. They go into, you know, some stuff that has to do with artificial intelligence and all that jazz. The opinions that I would have is to just stay away from it. There's been people out there using it for essays, for school, for organizing stuff, for getting their schedules done, editing videos. But I think that artificial intelligence is going to make humans start evolving in ways we don't need to. We're not thinking for ourselves anymore. We just rely on the computer to tell us what to do. We already rely on the algorithm to feed us what we watch and what we consume, so we don't need to be going out here asking it to make our plans, to make our schedules, to summarize a book for us. Like, we can still be humans alongside technology. We don't need to just completely rely on technology. My next question is current reads. As I mentioned in my last video, I need to get back into the swing of actually reading for fun. I've noticed that a lot of the time I'm so eager to finish a book and get done with a book and see what it's about and just have that like sort of ego boost that says, oh, you finished a book, good for you. I don't want it to necessarily be like that. So I'm trying to reconnect with just reading books for fun as opposed to forcing myself to read it or seeing how fast I can read it, just to kind of gather up all the concepts. But a current book that I'm reading is called The Left Hand of Darkness. I decided to re-download the Goodreads app. I know that we used to be on Goodreads a ton years ago. We started a little book club, but then it just never finished through. But Goodreads started recommending different books based on the books that you have saved. And so I finally found a whole list of books that were really creepy, really crazy, and books that I had never heard of. And one of them was The Left Hand of Darkness. And it's basically a book about this guy who travels to a different planet. I put it down and I need to pick it back up. So sorry if I'm over here like, oh yeah, this is what it's about, but it's not really even about that. But it's about this guy who travels to another planet because I want to say the planet he came from, the people know that he would be a good fit to go and try to save that planet, basically. But there's a lot that goes into the book. I'm only in the beginning of it, but the parts that I have read, it's so interesting because these people on this planet, they don't have an assigned gender. So there's this time of year, like once a month, people develop sexual organs. So every month they don't know if they're going to turn into a boy or if they're going to turn into a girl. And then outside of those months, there's no like sexual activity. Nobody has those urges. Like, it's just this really, really weird world. And so he's kind of trying to learn how these people move and operate while kind of trying to say, well, you know, there's a whole nother way of living, and trying to explain that to them. And there's like rulers. I have not finished it, obviously. I really want to. But it's a very interesting book. I am in the middle of that, and that's the last book that I've picked up. I have other books that I got online, but I wanted to kind of use that as a just means of saying we need to get back into the gear of being on Goodreads and sharing what we've been reading together. So, because I am literally almost done, I'm going to answer one last question just for this episode, because now I still have all of these questions too. But one of you guys asked me, have I ever done acid and wandered around the woods talking to trees? No, I have not. I don't think I ever will. But I thought that was icing on the cake. And kind of a good way, funny way to just tie all of this up. Other questions that I have that I'm going to answer are, what is something new that I have learned recently? How do I stay organized? What's my favorite genre of music? What's my favorite scent of perfume? What is my relationship like with my siblings? What's my favorite memory with my mom and my dad? And then while I was reading over, obviously, your guys' questions, some of them I really want to just make into a dedicated video. And so I wanted to have, share some video idea topics with you guys that would be, you know, not really a Q&A, but more so focusing only on one question and then diving deeper. And for those video ideas, I have current thoughts on social media. One of you guys had asked me that. I think that would be a great video. From the last video, a lot of you guys wanted to hear more of my thoughts on the rise of sex work and being promiscuous as a human species. I thought that would be nice to talk about all on its own. I also wanted to make a video all about my favorite short films. Because after I told you guys that I really liked Opal, I think that's what it was called, Opal. You guys started sharing different of your, some of your favorite short films, and then after I was watching short films, YouTube started recommending me all these weird short films. So I was like, you know what? That would make a fun video. And if not, I have so many Halloween ideas based off of these short films I've been watching, so that's a plus. But I was like, we could definitely make a video all about short films. Some may like it, some may not. But I was like, huh, that would be fun to talk about. I also, a lot of you guys were talking about getting out of a rut. Whether that be about reading, relationships, work, just getting out of a rut. One of you guys even mentioned that you started working again and that life has seemed to go a little bit just like flatline, and they miss learning and feeling just like involved, like we were in school. So I thought that would be a really good video of just talking about that. And then last but not least, I wanted to make one about how to stay organized. Really wanted to make one all about lucid dreaming. I think it would be fun to just talk about lucid dreaming, just straight for a dream, or straight for a video. I also wanted to make a video about pattern breaking. And then last but not least, Halloween tutorials. Just makeup tutorials for Halloween. So I wanted you guys to know that it's still, if you have any other questions, you can leave me more questions because I still have to make, obviously, another video. But if you have any other actual video ideas and wouldn't mind sharing them, leave them below. And we can make full videos all about whatever you guys wanted to talk about. But I was like, that would be real fun. My camera died, so gotta hurry up. But yeah, I really wanted to kind of dive deeper into some of the topics that deserve more time and not just me kind of trying to rush through. I love these style videos, like you guys said. I haven't done these in, I don't think I've ever really done a video like this. Like if I do a Q&A, usually I'll just already have my makeup done. I'm not really doing my makeup. But I like these style videos. I just feel like I have such a hard time answering multiple questions in one video. So also let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you like these? Should I just keep going at it? Should I revert back to just keeping it one topic, like one topic per video? Let me know. I also wanted to do an updated makeup tutorial because I'm not 18 anymore and I don't have the skin on my face of an 18-year-old. And you guys know me, I've never had any plastic surgery or Botox or none of that. So seeing my skin change and my body change and my facial features change and the way I play makeup has changed. I really want to go and actually do an in-depth explanation of why I do my makeup a certain type of way. Okay? I think that would be fun. And I'm not gonna lie, I was going to do fake eyelashes today because I found a couple, but we're just gonna keep it simple, stupid. That's what I was getting, is this. But yeah, you guys, I kind of wanted to just finish my makeup so we're not sitting here talking for 20 hours. Trust me, I wouldn't mind, but maybe you got something to do. I don't think I have any plans. I gotta edit this narration. And other than that, just chill and relax. But yeah, also you guys, nobody at my job knows like anything about me. Like I told you, I don't wear makeup to work and I probably never will wear makeup to work. Not that there's a problem, but I don't need to wear makeup to work. But like nobody, and I don't want anybody to know, but like nobody knows I have a YouTube channel. Nobody knows anything. I'm just like, hey. I'm undercover. I'm just kidding, right? I'm gonna put on a little bit of lip liner. Only a little bit because I don't have a sharpener. Bye. Kari wanted to come in and say hello. Oh, and I also need to do like an animal update, a plant update. I would also love to know how you guys are doing. What the heck have you been up to? Have you gotten a new job? Do you have anything you want to tell me? You know, like, I want to know what you guys are up to. Not just me. Like, what are you reading? What are you watching? What's your dream destination? I haven't answered that one yet. What's your thoughts on AI? How is your relationship with your siblings? Speaking of which, I swore I was going to answer that question today. Oh no, I told you that's what I have to answer. But yeah. Our last step, as always, is to just take down the hair. Oh, I forgot to spray. I'm sweating so bad. But that's okay. Y'all make me nervous. I forgot to tell you guys about my car situation too. We just have so much to talk about, don't we? Alright. Let me take my hair down. See how it's looking. I used one different product today than I did the last time y'all saw me. So, you also have to tell me if my hair looks any different. I know we're at a different angle because last video I had to use my phone at the end. So maybe... Alright, how did it turn out? How did it turn out? Apart from me being sweaty. I also need to get a different shade of foundation. Okay, we get that. This is not about makeup. But I hope that you had a good time watching me do my makeup and answering some of the rest of your guys' questions. Silo, get out of here. You guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any other questions that you would like to leave me, you would like to know, let me know, okay? I hope that you have just the time of your life. Now is the time for us to start implementing changes, okay? Let's do it together. We've got this, because it's scary, it's humbling, it's weird, it's freaky. So, without further ado, because time is of the essence, I will see you guys later, okay? I love you, I appreciate you, you are wanted, you are needed, and you are important, okay? Okay, don't let anything harsh and mellow, and don't let anybody tell you different. Be you. Be you, be you, be you. Be you. Protect you and be you. Bye.